females are doing a lot. They entertain us, they seduce us, they challenge us. What are the effects of fire? Keep innovating, don't expire.
My name is Kiko Villalon. I'm the CEO of Australian Safer Propellers. I have been designing, manufacturing boats, plugs and molds for 54 years. The last 40 years, I have been contributing my time with the Coast Guard and other marine institutions on working on safety at sea. We experience quite a bit of propeller strikes. The propeller strike occurs usually at low RPM, people swimming around the boat, they put it in reverse and chop a kid off. For years, for 30 years, we tested all the propeller guards to very little success. And then I found this young Australian guy with a brilliant mind that stepped out of the box, designed a different propeller. And I want you to meet my propeller. What is the difference? He started cutting that piece of meat and bones, and it is destructive. So next, he had to try the truth, and that is his arm touching this. This is blunt. The other propellers will cut you to pieces. Colin Chamberlain, the designer, did a lot of testing. He simply cut the edge, put a blunt end, and tuned it, and started working with it. This is his arm against the propeller at 1200, 1400 RPM. He tested it in Australia. We tested it then in Miami. I did a lot of testing. You can see that the two curves are almost completely identical, except we have a little lower at the end in our propeller, but we lose very little. We're going 42 miles with a regular propeller, and we lose 1.5, 2 miles, up to 3 miles, depending on the circumstances and the boat and so forth. But we did an enormous amount of testing. The performance is up to the end, and maximum speed, the performance is identical. You can't tell. Turns, no cavitation, no ventilation. It works phenomenal. He got, in Australia, they gave him an award for the invention of the year, and he actually, in public, he put his arm again on that. This is something I have to say here as a caveat. You are seeing pictures that we don't show because of obvious liability problems. We don't say that. We cannot beat the laws of physics. When force reaches a certain point, it's going to kill you one way or another at high speeds and so forth. But many of the accidents, most of the accidents occur at low speed. We will also prevent the cuts of the manatee in Africa, Australia, and Florida, where the manatee lives. Turtles, the sea turtles, that we're seeing them being destroyed, we're helping that. That's him in public television in Australia, putting his arm on the propeller. We have put it in the market. We have licensed a manufacturer, and it's being in production, it's in the market and ready for sale. And we have, as you will see in a minute, presented it to, we have made the presentation to an association called NASBLA. It's the National Association of State Law Administrators. It's the top cop in every state in the United States. And this is the process of manufacturing. The stainless steel process propeller is first painted red, and then the final coat is in green. In this form, if you get any little damage, you know, because you'll see the red, and you'll know that you have to do something with the propeller. It may have been damaged. The NASBLA, the top cops, are very interested. We're trying to tell you, these are people that spend the whole day in a boat, running around and boarding other boats and so forth, and it will be tremendous. Right now, we're trying with the coaches of rowing for all the chase boats in the universities and so forth, presenting that. That is the way you install it on the outboard. This one has an auxiliary, but many of them are 2 engines and so forth. This is the way these accidents occur, when people are just around the boat like that and somebody puts the boat in reverse. It is 5 to 1 against high-speed propeller strikes. All of them are at low speeds and so forth. The propeller has been so well tuned that the cup, you see that little swing over there, the cupping of the propeller, what we call cupping, is changing the edge of the propeller to produce more force, to load the propeller more when you want to do it. And in this case, it's been tuned to the point that we're in optimum, the flow creates more load by touching that cup, what we call a cup. And the propellers have been tuned tremendously. They are ready in the market, and we hope that we will be contributing with safety at sea by saving some lives. And the propeller by itself cuts you even when it's not working. People fall in the transom of the boat and get cut. The propeller cuts you. All of that will hopefully be prevented by this new great propeller. Here you have it. You can see it and touch it like that. You can touch it in any form or fashion. I'm going to leave it there, and you take a look, and I appreciate it very, very much. Good night.